Welcome to the CNN Daily Report. Today is May 20th, 2015. I'm Matt, and we have a great story for you today. In today's news, we have updates of the 30-meter telescope, also known as TMT, not to be confused with TMNT. If you don't know, plans have been made to build a $1.4 billion 30-meter telescope on the peak of Mauna Kea. Recently, though, the people of Hawaii have become heavily opposed to the idea of another telescope being built. If you haven't heard, there have been some protests around the island regarding the construction of this telescope. Today we will be also looking at Puno's very own senior lunch and speaking to students about the food they served and their experience. TMT has been a very heated topic recently on the Big Island. People have been arrested camping out, voicing their opinion on the telescope's construction. The telescope is going to be over 7,000 square feet. Now this is extremely large. The TMT issue has been in the news for some time now. To get some more information about this, we decided to talk to some teachers on their thoughts about this.
Good morning, Matt. Today we're here at the Cook Library to get some input about the TMT telescope from Mr. Jalrocco, a Hawaiian culture teacher here at Punho School. Hi, Mr. Jalrocco.
Hi.
Can you summarize what is happening on Mauna Kea?
Currently, there are 13 telescopes at the top of Mauna Kea, and the contract says they're allowed 14. So the new one they want to build is the 14th one, but it is so much more huge than the other ones. And they say it's about the size of Aloha Stadium. So it's an enormous complex.
Okay. What do you think the outcome will be?
I kind of feel like ultimately it's going to get built. That's just a gut feeling. I don't honestly know. But there's so much support to not have it happen. It might be difficult if they continue. I recently went to a graduation at UH, and it was for Hawaiian language and Hawaiian studies majors. And one of them took the opportunity to have a big rant against it and against the university because they're the ones who were actually building the telescope.
As a teacher, do you think there's any learning to be done about the situation?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. For one thing, people are getting educated, right? Why is Mauna Kea sacred? Why is any mountain sacred? You know, if you don't come from that mindset, it's hard to understand. So there's that. There's also the idea of there are still some Native Hawaiians who support it, because they believe that their ancestors were the best navigators in the world, and this is one more chance to look at the stars. And so for some people, it's a way to learn about how the stars are so important to traditional Hawaiian belief.
I'm also here with astronomy teacher Mr. Stock to see what he thinks about this issue. What is your opinion on the TMT and why?
As overall, I think the TMT is a great idea. I think it'll be one of the most powerful telescopes in the world, built here in Hawaii, and discover a lot about the universe that we don't currently know.
Do you think the protesters have a valid point?
I think that there's a lot of points, and I think some of them are valid. I think some of them are not as valid, but I do think that they need to be taken seriously and listened to.
Do you think that the 30-meter telescope is worth all the hassle it has caused?
In the long run, yes. I think responsible science is important for us as a civilization, and I think that the 30-meter telescope is such a thing. It does need to address the concerns of the protesters, but by and large, it will advance our knowledge of the world, it will advance our technology, and it's really exciting that it would be built here in the United States. Mauna Kea is one of the best places to build a telescope in the world, and so putting telescopes up there is, in my opinion, very beneficial to our society.
Why do you think there should be another telescope built?
Well, there are a lot of telescopes out there already, but the 30-meter telescope is a new generation of telescope, much bigger than the other ones. And in astronomy, bigger is better.
Yeah.
The bigger the telescope, the more fine detail you can see and the fainter things you can see. It will be much larger than the current largest telescope. In fact, if you take the largest telescope and multiply it by, I guess, about 5, you'll get this one telescope. And so you're increasing the power and the ability by a lot.
Thanks, Jovonne. As you can see, both of these teachers have different points of view. While some may see the mountain as the most sacred spot on the island, there are some who see it as open for development. If you're wondering why the telescope is being built on Mauna Kea in the first place, the summit of Mauna Kea is 13,796 feet above sea level, which is about 40% above the Earth's atmosphere. The remote location on the Big Island results in a lack of light and air pollution, making the skies clear 300 days out of the year. We'll go to Leah, where she is talking to some students.
Ready? We're here with Kailana Milne, a hula dancer who's actually been to Mauna Kea. Hi, Kailana.
Hi, Leah.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Great. We understand that you just came back from Mary Monarch and you had the chance to go up to Mauna Kea. Did you see any of the protests happening?
We did go up twice, and we had cultural exchanges, dances and chants with all the people who were up there. We brought them food and water and stuff, and it was really amazing to just hear the support that they had and the peacefulness that they had.
So do you understand both sides of the aspect, like the scientific, more westernized thought, and then the Hawaiian
Yeah, I do. It was, for a while I was really on the fence because I love science. I love looking at the stars and stuff, and the technology that they have to see so far into space is really amazing. But since I was able to go up there, it really changed how I saw things, because just the passion that those people had really affected me. And I feel like if there was a way to make a compromise, it would be the best of both worlds, because completely eliminating science isn't going to happen because of the world that we live in today. But I feel that if we can just figure out a way to make them work together, it would be the best.
Great, thank you. Hi, we're here with Lizzie Allen, and we're going to ask her a few questions about TMT. Do you support the TMT movement?
It's people are trying to protect the land, which I get, but at the same time I'm just it's too much. The agreement's already happened. You can't just decide to take your word back and then try and change things. So I guess no, I don't.
Got it. So have you responded to this issue in any way?
Online, on Facebook and stuff, I see people posting things, and I think I've tagged my brother in a few things, but it's not being active about it or being don't support this or this is ridiculous. Not my own voice, I guess.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Thanks, Leah. All the different opinions about this are quite interesting. The issue over traditional values challenging modern day technology has been a bitter battle as of late, but it also raises awareness of the cultural problems that many natives face today.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to our next story about the senior lunch that took place 2 weeks ago. The senior lunch is an annual event. It is the last day where seniors can use their ID cards. Seniors get to spend time with their classmates for the final days while enjoying Ono grinds. Let's go to Devon, where he is talking to some students.
Alright, we're here live with Samisi. Samisi, we want to know, what does the senior lunch mean to you?
Senior lunch means the world to me because I get to have lunch with all my classmates, and just getting time to just sit down and relax and talk story with everybody. So it means a lot.
Do you think that senior lunch should be free?
I think it should be free, actually. I think it should be kind of maybe catered something to us. But, if we can't have it for free, as long as we get to have a senior lunch, that's all.
Hi Matt, we're here with Auntie Renee, and we're about to ask some questions about senior lunch. Does the menu ever change every year?
Oh yeah. Yep. We look at what you folks enjoyed. We try to be innovative. Most of the time, we pretty much stick with the chicken katsu, but try to change, other things. Always bring in a variety.
What are some things you want to change about it?
Nothing. I think it works really well. I think we try to do the best for you because we want to do it for the seniors. We think it's it makes them happy to know that they're having a special lunch.
Hi, Matt. We're here with Senior Class President of 2015, Stephen Falatea. Hi, Stephen.
Hello, Leah.
So I have a few questions to ask you about senior lunch. What was the purpose of senior lunch?
Well, it was also our last day of using our ID card, so I feel like it was kind of compensating for the month that we don't have without it. It was also a really good experience to spend with our class because that was a great lunch, great cake.
Was it an emotional event for you?
Oh, it's extremely emotional. I got my lunch, I started to cry because I was looking forward to this day for my whole experience at Put Hill.
So senior lunch was the last hurrah in the lunchroom together?
In the lunchroom, I would say yes, yeah, definitely.
Great. Back to you, Matt.
Wow guys, that food sounded amazing. The things I do to be a senior in high school again. That's our news for today. We'll see you tomorrow on CNN Daily Report. And tune in tonight on CNN Tonight, where we'll discuss Floyd Mayweather and domestic abuse.